The largest concentration of glaciers in the American Rocky Mountains are melting, unseen, in a remote corner of Wyoming. More than 100 glaciers cover about 10,000 acres in the Wind River Range, which is also home to the state's highest point, Gannett Peak at 13,804 feet. Gannett Glacier, on the north side of the peak, is the largest glacier in the Rocky Mountains south of the Canadian border, measuring in at nearly 900 acres. The Dinwoody Glacier, a glacier commonly used by climbers ascending the peak via an eastern approach, was first measured in 1950. Its area was found to be about 850 acres. A follow-up study 50 years later concluded that it had shrunk to 540 acres. Research by scientists and students at Central Wyoming College recently measured the thickness of the Dinwoody, observing as little as 2 meters at its shallowest and roughly 55 meters at its deepest. Glaciologists predict that Glacier National Park, further up north in Montana, will lose its ice by the year 2080. The glaciers of the Cascades in Washington, the largest in the contiguous United States, are expected to hang on until roughly 2100. But there are few predictions for the future of the Dinwoody and its close neighbors. Like much of the West, the vast majority of the water here is used for irrigation, sustaining the hay and alfalfa needed to see Wyoming's cattle herds through the harsh winters. And like much of the West, most of that water comes from the snow that blankets Wyoming's mountains in the winter and melts in the spring. Glaciers contribute a relatively small amount of water by comparison, but they do play a stabilizing role by serving as a savings bank of sorts for the state's water needs. However, they're not collecting interest anymore. Rather, they're dipping into savings during the hot summer months of June, July, and August, now more than ever. In late summer, when the last of the winter snow has melted, it's the glacial runoff that sustains the streams flowing off the Wind River. The Wind River glaciers remain some of the least understood ice in North America due to the challenges of doing fieldwork in such a remote location. But as glaciers' importance grows during drought, which climate scientists expect to be more frequent and severe in coming years, there will be a need for more boots on the ground to understand how quickly the changes are coming.